Hi guys, welcome back to Scott Family Homestead. I am in the garden today and it's a mess, an absolute mess of weeds. Ryan's back here working some of the cows, so you might hear some mooing. I'm going to talk a little bit about our new bull and our decision to go that route, but we've been crazy busy and I don't have a whole lot of time to talk unless I'm busy with my hands doing something, so I'm going to talk about our cow situation while I weed the garden. Behind me here this is the pumpkin patch, and we've got lots of big pumpkins in here. I'll show you a few of them. This I'm just gonna let run wild. I'm not gonna worry too much about weeding it. On the other side, Ryan just recently mowed this. This is an area that we didn't plant. So we're gonna try to get that tilled up, get some compost from the cows from this spring brought in here and laid out, and then cover it so that next spring we've got a nice rich patch over here next to the pumpkins. So very grassy. These are the pie pumpkins here. They're getting really nice and large. And then we've got our field pumpkins. Those are growing really well too. Got enough for each of the kids to carve some. In the middle here, I've got these cheese wheel pumpkins. These are also really nice sized. And there's a bunch of them. I also have some little honey nut squashes in here. Those kind of hide a little bit more, so it's like a little scavenger hunt. Down in here, there are actually plants. Right? Down in here, I've got really nice sized jalapenos. Still coming in strong. We just need to let them breathe a little bit. This is what happens when you try to grow a garden in a hay field. Inevitably, the hay wants to come back. At some point, you're not going to be able to keep up with it, and it's going to take over like this. So we've been focusing on chickens and butchering. And this all just kind of fell through. But there's some really nice plants in here. And we're going to make it today so we can see them again. Okay, let's talk cows. So we have our dairy cow, Lorelei, and her daughter, Rory, is 3 weeks old. We have a low-line Angus, which is like a miniature Angus, named Suki, and her daughter, who is a lowline Angus White Park cross. So we will be keeping Martha, the White Park cross, as a breeder for beef. We're not sure about Suki. She's already 7 years old, so we're gonna probably try to get 1 or 2 more calves out of her, and then she will probably go to the butcher. So we kind of came to the point of where Suki is ready to be bred, and we needed to contact somebody to do AI, which is artificial insemination, or get a bull, rent a bull, buy a bull, something to get her bred. And so we started looking. We wanted something, since she's on the miniature side, we wanted to find a bull that wasn't gigantic. So you can have a larger breed cow breed to a smaller breed bull, but you never want to breed a larger breed bull to a smaller cow. The danger is that the baby could be too big to make it through the birth canal. So we knew we needed to look for something on the smaller side, with the hopes that maybe we could also breed it to our dairy cows. And so we watched for a while. We looked at a few different breeds. Highland was one of the ones that we were looking at. And then we found a Highland bull available. The real upside to this is he's already 2 years old, so he's of breeding age. A lot of times when you buy a bull, you're going to get a baby. It'll be cheap, like a few $100s, but they're not ready to breed. We're really happy with the price. We were happy that he was of breeding age, and we could put him in right away with Suki, and hopefully within the next few months, she will be expecting. Cows have a 9-month pregnancy, just like humans, and so we would be hoping for a springtime baby. You got your cucumber? So, we picked up our bull this week. One of the reasons that Highlands was on our list, they just have like adorable calves and babies. They're just a really pretty and honestly popular breed. So when we breed them to our cows, we'll hopefully be able to sell the babies fairly easily. Got the whole neighborhood mooing. Turkeys are going. I hear a donkey next door. But let me introduce you to our newest guy. We named him Digger. Kind of an obscure Gilmore Girls reference, so if you have been following along, we were doing Gilmore theme. If you watched the show, you may or may not get this one. He is very anxious right now. I'll give you a little peek. Yeah.
Hey, bud. There you go, buddy.
They grow slower. We are aware of that. They have horns. That's something we had to really consider with the kids. We found a bull that had a really good disposition. The kids are not allowed in the pasture with him, but they can feed him from the fence and things like that. We are going to use really good safety measures and make sure the kids are extra safe. Anytime you have a cow with horns, whether it is a cow, a heifer, a bull, a steer, you want to be extra careful. So we do have all of these things in mind. It is very well thought out. We have been looking at a lot of bulls leading up to this because we've been thinking about this basically since we got Suki. Like, okay, we're going to have to get her bred. What are we going to do? It's tomato plants there you couldn't even see before. Cabbages. We've got our peppers, you can finally see those, and cucumbers on the trellis. Found a couple huge overripe cucumbers. Gave Savannah one of the good cucumbers. And we've got our tomatoes over here. Still need to be weeded a bit. Ryan worked a little bit. Look at this. This is one tomato. And we've got so many. Some of this needs more staking. It's going to be a good tomato year. Got popcorn that never really did much of anything. But then we do have these beautiful sunflowers. We've got big ones and small ones. Time to bring our little garden baby inside so she doesn't get sunburnt. Is that yummy? So right now, Digger, the bull, is in with Suki. I did put Martha in with her tonight just for a little bit for the evening hours. She was really, really distressed about being weaned, and she's still on the younger age. She's about 4 months old, so she doesn't need to be weaned yet. I just don't want her being accidentally bred, which can happen when they're that little, and we definitely don't want that. So I want eyes on them. She went in and nursed off of Suki, and then tonight before we go to bed we'll separate them again. But she was just crying, bellowing all day long because she wanted mama's milk. And as a mama myself, that kind of hurt my heart, so I put her in with her mama. And she's doing just fine with the bull for now. But otherwise, it'll just be him and Suki until we're ready to have Lorelei bred, and we'll kind of make that decision at that time whether or not we want her to be bred to the Highland. It's going to be the easiest, but she is purebred Jersey. We could potentially make a little bit more money having purebred Jersey babies like Rory, registered and everything. So we have to kind of think about that for a little while and what we're going to do on that. But at least we have a bull right here available to us when it comes time for breeding. That limits us as far as what we do with the babies. You can't just keep the babies and keep breeding them. We have inbreeding problems. So we did have to make the decision that anything that we breed to Digger, we're going to have to sell or raise out as meat. And so that was another thing that we really considered. But we decided this was the best fit for our family right now, and we're just going to go with it and see how it goes. So we appreciate any advice. But I did just want to update and let you know that we're not crazy and we're not just accumulating cows over here. We've got a plan, and this is it for this year. We will not be getting any more cows. So all of our babies have been born, and we're not buying any more cows. We're not buying any more pigs. We are all set. We do have some half pigs available going to the butcher at the end of September. So you can check out our Facebook page. We've got all the information on there, Scott Family Homestead. I think Ryan's moving. I think he's moving our male pig out with the rest of the pigs because he's been quarantined for a while and is perfectly healthy.
Hi.
You got him on a leash?
I got a pig on a leash.
A pig on a leash. I love it. Grab a milk bucket.
Oh, hold on, Micah. Come on, Lucy. Look. Look, that bucket.
Break. Should we like break them up?
Yep.
There we go.
Oh. Here. Come on. Come on, Dozy. Yep, he's gonna do just fine. We're gonna call it a night. Right, baby? Thank you for following along. Thank you for subscribing. We're so happy that you are here. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram as well. We're so excited to be bringing this farm back to life and doing this as a family. And so we're so happy to share it with you. Thank you for being here, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.